we have to talk about AJ Francis, the former top dollar.
Yeah.
He's now in TNA. And there were a couple of major botches on the latest TNA pay-per-view, but this one was one that was sent to me quite a few times. And I don't know if it was sent to you as well. It was AJ Francis falling off a ladder. Now, normally we play it, but once again, we haven't got internet. I don't have to set up to play it live for Dutch. But Dutch saw it, and tell us what you saw, man.
Okay, you got two ladders specifically lined up outside the ring, and you got two guys on the ladder going up to get, I guess, the belts, one or two belts, and two guys are on the floor and they push the ladder. Now, one guy took the ladder well because he landed flat on the ladder, bent the ladder, didn't hurt him. AJ Francis, I don't know what he was thinking, but he landed feet first, and one of the rungs in the ladder came right up into his crotch. It was almost a forgive the language, but a deballing of a man on TV. I bet he was really sore the next day. And if he's married, now he's got a reason for his wife. Now, why aren't you interested, honey? And he said, oh, I don't know, just a feeling, I guess. But I'll tell you, when I saw that, it kind of hurt me just to see it. So if you want to see it, you can just go look AJ Francis, demolishes a ladder between his legs. The rungs come up right between his legs, and the men will know what I'm talking about. It's not a enticing scene.
It was worrying me. So he probably fell like 15 feet to the floor as well. But he landed. What do you think? It was just like a total brain fart, where instead of landing on his back, because that's intimidating enough, that he ended up just like, well, I could just land on my legs and blow my knees out, and then split me in half. And
well, how could he blow it if he'd have landed flat? And he spreads it out. I guess he's okay. That still is a hell of a bump on its own. But I think he freaked out. I don't think he wanted to take it, but I didn't think he had the experience to say I don't want to take it. I'm afraid. Which I had no trouble saying. By the way, I said I'm not doing that. I'm gonna rip my testicles off, And that's always been a good reason for me to avoid something if it was going to rip off a part of my body that I would need later on. But I don't think I think his pride wouldn't allow him to say that, so he took it wrong, and he's lucky. Did he get hurt? Did any kind of report come out of that?
oh, I did have one somewhere, and apparently he's fine. I think he's pretty much fine. He just got away with it. But that man, that could have affected the outcome of future AJ Francis's.
It could
down the years.
But he took it anyway, so I admire that. I'm sure he didn't want to take it. See, I've never been a friend. I've never been a friend of heights. I just didn't want it. That's why I would never, they put me in a scaffold match. You couldn't almost dynamite me off that ladder. I had to off that scaffold. But I took it, and I said, well, I only got one more to go. I had to do 3 that week. So
they were all different scaffolds, weren't they? Like you didn't travel the scaffold round with you, did you? Did you just have to rig it up however you could figure it out in the arena?
Listen, this is back in the days where it was just engineered haphazardly. You put 2 ladders in the ring, and you ran another ladder across and put them on top of the ladder, and they kind of secured that down a little bit, but it was rickety at best. So, but I got up there, and I got to Evansville, and the ladder in Memphis was about 15 feet high, which was fairly impressive. When we got to Louisville, it was about 10 feet high. Then we got to Evansville, which is the lower of the towns. It was like you could walk up to the ladder and your head would be, it's like 6 feet. So it looked rinky dink to the fans, but still you were 6 feet above the ring, but it didn't look dangerous, is what it was.
Maybe you were taking the bump, so I presume.
Oh yeah, I took the bump. Of course. I had to take the bump.
I probably asked you this at the time, but how do you take a bump? Do you sort of go like half feet first, then land on your side, or
Yeah,
how's
well,
the best?
actually, I took feet off first. He would stomp the hands and stomp the head, and I was hanging on. Then he was stomping the fingers, and finally, you just turn loose and hope for the best. See, Cornette did that and messed his knee up for the rest of his life. He did that in Atlanta, and Cornette is deathly afraid of heights. But I'll say one thing for him. He took the bump and down he went, but he remembered it for the rest of his life. The fans remembered it about 15 seconds. Jimmy realized that for the rest of his life what he had done, and it hurt him.